Hey everyone, welcome to the Hobby Streakers episode 13. That is 6 months. Woohoo! Yeah,
It's really been that long.
well, every 2 weeks, 13 episode is 26 weeks. So that is half a year. 52 is a year, so 6 months, yeah. As always, my co-host Liam. Say hi,
Continually
Liam.
mind blown.
Hi, Liam.
Hi, Liam.
My name is JG. So, hobby streakers. For those who don't know, we talk about mostly the hobby streak, which is doing 30 minutes of hobby every day. And you try to do the longest streak possible. Liam is currently on 1,489. Yes, that is correct. That is more than
Large
4 years.
numbers.
Very large numbers. And I am currently on 312, which is getting close to a year. Woohoo! So pretty excited about that. All right. Well, thanks everybody for subscribing, following, and so on and so forth. It's been pretty good. We've increased quite a lot on our followers in the past few weeks, so that is pretty cool. A little bit of, well, for me that's pretty much it for the housekeeping, and my stool is tinging, going cling cling. I got my booster shot yesterday for COVID. My arm still hurts. Other than that, not too bad. A bit tired, but not too bad compared to, the second shot didn't do much either, so pretty happy. What's up with you?
My boiler doesn't work.
Oh, that sucks. Is it getting cold? Because it's getting cold here, so.
I know that comparatively, my cold and your cold aren't even close.
Well, it's been mild lately, so my cold is not that bad.
We're starting to get to the point where we're below freezing at night.
Yeah, well, same here.
And
so,
we're like
it's not that
2 or 3 degrees during the day. So.
That's funny because it's actually done. Like right now it's 5 degrees here.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the day.
I think we might have had like a high of 5 or 6 today, but it felt colder because it was raining. And we've got a storm coming in, so there's high winds as well. So
it's super windy here, but that's just normal for Wyoming.
Yeah,
it's always super windy, but that means that when I took the dog out this morning, it wasn't that bad. It was like -3, I think, something like this. But it felt like it was -20. I mean, the wind was just, the wind chill is usually what gets you here. But we had one really bad day where it was -15 Celsius, which is, I think, like 7 degrees or something like that Fahrenheit. But yeah, so it got pretty cold, but it's not too bad at the moment. All right, well. So
apart from that, all good.
Yeah, well, we're trying to do the office finally to finish this freaking office, and so we put the counter on top and everything. And yesterday we're starting pulling the plastic sheet that's on top of the carpet because we were painting, and well, my wife is doing most of the work. That's her project, so. We were done with like everything dirty, so we pulled the plastic sheet and realized that the carpet underneath was damp. So, and it's been there for a year. the plastic sheet on top, so we were like, that's not good. And we had some stains that looked strangely like mold, which again is not good. So yeah, we kind of called a guy that came this morning with basically he has a thermal camera, and then he has a humidity detector that he punches through the carpet. And so that's what he did. He's like, yeah, it's a little bit above what's normal here. Because usually it's like, yeah, usually here you're like 3 to 5, and then we have a spot that's like 17%. So he's like, yeah, it's a little bit more damp, but he's like, yeah, probably you're gonna leave it a couple of days and it's gonna be gone. Like, it's gonna be back to normal. There is no infiltration or anything, it's just like the humidity probably got trapped under the tarp more than anything else. There's always a little bit of humidity that just usually goes out. So anyways, they're coming to steam the carpet next Monday. So in the meantime, we're not gonna move in there. We actually have to remove boxes and shit that are still in there. Move them out so that we can, so they can have the space to do the steaming and everything. He put some kind of product on it that kills fungus, bacteria, viruses, pretty much everything. So he already put that on, and he's like, yeah, that should do it for until we get here, and no concern. So at least no concern is always good to hear. He's like, yeah, I don't see any.
Yeah.
He couldn't see anywhere where the humidity would be coming from like the walls or something. So it's just like, yeah, no, it's not. It's not a big issue, which was what we were worried about. So anyways, we wanted to get all that ready before my mom's get here, which she is finally visiting after 2 years, at least. I mean, she was here Christmas 2019, so yeah. So it's been 2 years. And yeah, so she's coming on Friday. So yeah. It's been a while since I've seen her, and it's been a while since she's seen the kids. So, yeah. All good.
Very nice.
Yeah, she's gonna stay for a while. Probably a few months, but stay for Christmas and stuff. Yeah, which is what I was looking today, like the news that we have. It's pretty thin, and then I'm like, is everybody just waiting like a week before Christmas to announce shit, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Like, I was expecting it to be a lot more news coming in and be like, hey, buy this for Christmas, do this for Christmas. And so, yeah, I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I mean, like, all the stuff that Workshop did for that was, like, actually, like, just after we did our last episode. So it's...
Yeah, it's been yeah. No, like I said,
not
like
quite relevant anymore.
I was looking at the news and I'm like, there's nothing. Like, there's like everybody's done for until after Christmas and all this. They announced all the big stuff before, and now they're like, yep, we're done. That's it. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
So we might have a normal length episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I need to go to the dentist.
I've jinxed
this
it
week,
now,
which
so
sucks.
I've jinxed it. It's going to be like 4 hours.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't really have a lot of time either today, so.
I'd like to be in bed before midnight.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I honestly do not go to bed super early. I mean, I start at 3:45 is when my phone rings, which a lot of the time I'm actually awake before that, which sucks. And so yeah. But it gives me my afternoon free. So, well, most of the time. When I don't have to work later, but yeah. So, what are you painting today, Mr.?
Today, I am still on the train. So, Let's see how much I can get done of this nifty-difty Nexus Siphon. So then that is off of my desk, and I have got room to do more secret project stuff. So I almost finished a unit for that.
Alright, cool.
Before we started recording.
And that's the Smurf that you're painting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I thought. Oh, oh, I gave it away. Oh. Well, actually, you know what? An army of Smurf would be pretty cool. On the table, like, you know, across from somebody else's, I don't know, like, Warcry... Smurf Warcry band would look freaking awesome. But you know, like, not the cartoony looking Smurf, but like, somehow...
A proper grimdark version?
Yeah, and like tall, you know, like not the chubby version, but like a normal body proportion that would look freaking weird as hell. And like, I think they would look awesome in like, yeah, something like Warcry. All right, somebody listening, good, do that.
Smurf is actually a term.
Schtroumpf is actually the
from the community to refer to the Ultramarine Space Marines.
Oh. No. I'm talking about the Schtroumpf.
So, yes.
Which is the original name, by the way. Belgium.
I'm not painting Ultramarines. Ultramarines are not my secret project.
No.
So, if you're one of the people out there who are watching and collecting clues.
Oh no, yeah. I was literally talking about the Schtroumpf, like the
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes.
That's what I want to see.
Yes.
As a
I just want to clarify for people.
So that they don't go, oh, we know, that's it, we know. I did not know that Smurf was a term for Space Marine.
Yeah. It's a particular flavour of Space Marine. But
all right. Well, I'm guessing blue.
They're blue and very vanilla, so.
All right. But yeah. So, yeah. Well. So, more terrain painting today. Cool.
That's the plan, anyway.
I am, as you can see, I moved into a separate location, if you can really barely tell by my background. And I am painting Mr. Cable while I'm continuing to paint Mr. Cable. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I want to do his cloak today. I don't know if you've seen Sorastro paint. You know Sorastros, right?
No.
Huh? Yes? No?
No.
No? You don't know Sorastro?
Nope.
Oh my god! You're missing out. He's a painter.
Probably.
He's an awesome painter. Like, and he's been painting a few of the... He doesn't paint, like, this is the thing, and this is maybe why. He doesn't paint. I have not seen any, like, Warhammer or things like this. He's painted a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Marvel Crisis Protocol. He's painted some, what's they're called? Lord of the Ring minis too.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's an awesome painter. And so what he did with the cloak, and so the cloak is floating and it's got holes in it and everything, and it's like kind of shredded at the tips. So what he did is he gave it it's burning, and there's still little pieces of, like burning embers on the cloak at the end, and it looked freaking awesome. Like when I saw this, like everybody went wow, and everybody went, oh, I'm stealing this, and then I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna do the same thing. That's definitely not, because he's another level. But yeah, I don't know if I want to try that, but yeah, it was a really cool effect. right now I'm just gonna try to contrast it as much as I can. That I'm not liking. So, but yeah, so that's my painting today. Again, I've not done that much painting in the past few weeks, but yeah. Anyways, all right.
Get to that in a minute.
You
Gotta
had
do
a
the
whole
shout-outs.
you had a whole bunch of shout-outs. I had two. Lots of 700 people.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
surprised. Well,
the
600
whole
and
batch
700.
of people have all, I assume, started at a similar time, and they've
Yeah.
all come hitting their milestones. So
why do you have these 7? Is it 7 or 700?
7.
7. Okay. So people, I should
full
have
week.
put.
Done a week.
Yeah, I should have put. I got a few people that hit. I just literally just started. It's like, oh, I'm starting a hobby streak. I want to see what that's all about. And so
Saw a load of those as well.
I should have put them in there.
I'll shout you out when you do a week. Make sure you stick with it. But
Jackie, I think.
when I see people go, oh, I'm starting a hobby streak, I make sure to welcome them to the hobby streak club.
Oh yeah.
If I can.
Yeah.
So my shout outs today are in no particular order because I just dumped them on the show notes.
Mine are in the order that I did from closest to today to closest to last episode, basically.
Yeah. So we've got RX_Queen, who's got a week.
Good job.
Plyteuth, who's got a week. Chris_Twinenga, whose name I have probably butchered.
Sorry about that.
400.
It's alright. 400.
We've got
that's a nice one.
We've got our very own Archmagos, who has joined us on the Discord. My buddy Grant.
What? So what's his tally?
He's on 700 now.
There we go. Yep, that's one of those. It's one of those.
So he's doing it.
Good job. Yeah.
We've got Jdvpaints, who's got a full year.
Nice. Oh, is that the same? Because I got a guy that's a year too, but he might not be the same.
Possibly.
Yeah.
It might be.
So
There's a couple
so
of people who've
just
got
for
different
people,
usernames on Insta and Twitter.
Yeah. Liam is doing the Instagram people. I'm doing the Twitter ones. So there might be some crossovers. Yeah. People that have different handles in that post on both sides, but that have different handles.
On 300 days. Zacdarkarts on 300 days. KB3Les on 100 days. And Techomania_ on 100 days. So,
congrats to all those people.
Good job, nerds.
Yeah. Keep going. It's awesome. And I hope you enjoy the community that we have around the hobby streak, because it's been pretty awesome late so far. So, well, mine I've got Spives 13 and 1 year. So that's pretty cool. Good job. He's a little bit ahead of me. Damn it. Well, and then the rest, they're all ahead of me. But Klingjerg, 600 days. Charlie Banks, 88, 700 days. A surplus of minis, 600 days. Matakishi, 700 days. Etan Killet, 300 days. Sunruk, 100 days. And Jomanji, 84 at 500 days. So again, congrats to everybody. Good job, guys and girls.
Good job.
And other. And yeah, keep going. Enjoy. I hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, like I said, so far, I think our community has been pretty great. And so yeah, we're hoping that people enjoy it and having fun painting minis.
Hobby Street community, even outside of what we do here, has been
Oh no,
because
yeah, I'm done. I'm not
job.
talking about our. I'm not talking about
Oh,
the
yeah,
podcast. I'm really talking about the. I'm talking about the hashtag on Twitter. Well,
Yeah.
from what I've seen on Twitter, honestly, and this is the thing that I need to. Shit. Sorry, I think I just.
You need to shit.
No, I put the wrong. Instead of putting khaki down, I put bone white, which is a lot clearer. That's gonna be my last highlight, but I don't want it now. Still doing the other one. God damn it. Anyways, so yeah, now I'm talking about like tweet. I haven't not been on Instagram that much, to be honest, and I should. I have a problem with the freaking square pictures. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why is it freaking square? Why? It's just, there's no square phones. Does not. I mean, it's just crazy that it's still looking like this. I have a problem with that. But I should really try to do that. I am gonna. No, I am not gonna. I was gonna take that call, but I cannot right now, so I am. Never mind. I will send a small message or email and see what's up. Yeah. So, what are we doing today? All right, so
We've done that. We've done
yeah,
that. We've done what we're
what-
painting today.
what have we? Well, no, we know what we painted today. We've done that too. So, what have we done the past 2 weeks? So, well, again, well, no, that's not true. I did a lot of painting actually, but and this is why I am not at my usual spot, is because over there, by where I usually sit, there is a whole bunch of Frostgrave miniatures, most of them 3D printed for the bestiary of Frostgrave. And so yeah, I've tried to paint those. I wanted to do, and it's gonna be, there's gonna be a video, but so I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah, try to paint them as fast as I could in one big batch and do all this, and yeah, so that should be coming in hopefully once I'm done with them, which I think will be by the end of the week, but I am not sure at all because of everything else that's going on. So we'll see, but yeah, I'll try to post that as soon as I can. And yeah, so I've done that. I continue printing the construction site, which I ran out. Well, I did not completely run out of filament, but I was super close. So what I did is I started printing other stuff, which is what I am holding right now. So it's a handle and it's magnetic. So I've changed my handles from the twisty thingy to the magnetic. I have modified the file since so that I can actually put double magnet, or like a bigger magnet, into the handle, because I think it's not enough what I have right now, but yeah. And so I started printing little base, like little small 27 base, so that if you want to put the 25mm base on it, you still have a little bit of room on the side. And so I printed them like one by one until I completely ran out of filament. And then I actually printed a couple of orange one, because I need to get my orange also done. And so yeah, what else did I do? Oh, I cleaned my hobby space, which now, because I moved all this here, it's again a giant mess. I did a video about those dudes, which are the silver bayonet dudes. So they're metal and they come with the freaking pudding base. So I had a couple of people actually asking what a pudding bases. Oh, and you know what? I just realized that I did not record with the proper microphone. Awesome.
So that's going to be interesting for the first half.
Yeah, so let me... Alright. The sound is going to be much better. I'll see which one I want to keep. Which one is going to be good. But anyway, so yeah, so a lot of people ask me what a pudding base is. I don't even know if I have one mini that has a pudding base anymore. So it's the thing, here we go. It's the thing at the bottom of a miniature that is honestly crap. That looks like the guy is, yeah, stepping in a pile of pudding. And so I hate those. I tend to remove them from even the plastic minis, and when you do it from plastic minis, I always end up losing feet. Usually it's a few feet that just, yeah, just get
sacrificed
cut
to the
off.
void.
And I have a few skeletons that are missing feet, which I'm fine with it because they're skeleton. So I'm like, yeah, that works. Doesn't matter. So yeah. So I tackled that as well, removing all of them, and I actually ended up finding that it's not as bad when they're metal. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. I've done a video on it. I lost 2 feet, but I was surprised. They're not because I cut them off. It's the casting was really bad. And I'm surprised because usually their casting is really good, so I was really surprised when that just crapped out. Like it literally, like I cut the pudding base, and just the little twist that I put on the with the pliers, it just broke the ankles. And the ankles were like super thin, like, literally like the not as thin as a toothpick, but pretty close. And when I removed the other one and I tried to just use the Dremel to smooth out the bottom, just that pressure of the Dremel, that rotary, just like that foot just flew across the room. I was like, okay, what the hell? And so, yeah, a little bit surprised. I ended up using 2 feet that I found from another miniature that I had that was
spare feet just hanging around.
Yeah, 3D printed. Didn't like the scale of the mini, but the feet were good enough, and so I cut the feet, glued them back, and that worked. I tried to first to pin and everything, and it was just such a pain. I was like, no. Let me find a spare pair of feet and use that instead. And yeah, it worked really well. So yeah. Ooh. I think that's what they were calling me. But yeah. So yeah. Other than that, what else did I do? So I designed a few things on 3Ds, like 3D software, which again were this little guy, which can pop it up, yay, and then put another one, doink, yay. Yeah, those I will need to definitely modify because, like I said, the one, well, I already modified it, and I'll talk about something else that I discovered that I want to try when we do the 3D printing part of this podcast. But yeah, and then I finished Dormammu. Well, not painting. When I did the unboxing and assembly, I only did the one of the dimensional rift because they're exactly the same, so I only did one, and I ended up finishing that also. So yeah, that's about it. I think, from what I can remember, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
That's what it says on the show
That's
notes.
what it said, yeah.
So.
And that's what I like. I went back to my post on Twitter and be like, hey, what did I do? So yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little look back at what you've done over the last 2 weeks. It's nice.
Yeah. And like I said, I was like, again, I didn't do much painting, and most of the painting I did was using contrast paint and being pretty, fast and trying to do this. But whoa, yeah, no. Sorry, messing up my my paint. Come on, there we go. So yeah, what have you done, sir?
So I finished painting up Vander's Hammerhand. So he's a named Lord Celestin on Dracoth. He's got a couple of special rules that benefit kind of army build that I'm playing at the moment.
Is it gonna benefit with the dragon or not?
No.
That sucks.
No. So the army that I'm playing at the moment is a Stormkeep. So that is about buffing up and just like your general standard blokes with the weapons and the shields. So he's got an ability to issue a command for free. He makes all your guys in a bubble immune to battle shock, so they don't run away. And he can pick a specific unit within 12 inches of them and give them all an extra attack.
So there is a morale.
Yeah.
Rule. Cool.
So I mean, Stormcast are quite point heavy, so you don't want any of your guys running away because that's a lot.
Oh no, yeah. No, but, and then there is the other game that I know that uses morale. Whoop, sorry, I'm banging the camera. It's Star Wars, and there is one where basically, if you're within a certain distance of Darth Vader, it does not matter. You could have like 20. Your maximum is 2. You can have 20, and it does not matter. Like his willpower kind of thing is like infinite. It just doesn't get like you cannot break Darth Vader. So it's like okay, and so yeah. But as soon as you kill him, if you manage to kill him, then everybody else just goes, okay, we're gone. Because all of a sudden, is that the same kind of thing?
You go up to bravery 10. Just 10's the highest, and then if your unit loses models during a turn, at the end of the turn you roll a dice
to see if they run
the amount of models that have been slain, and to the dice roll, and the difference, if it's over your bravery, that amount of models flee the battlefield.
Yeah, alright.
So, yeah.
Cool.
And there's a couple of other things that like ping off of bravery characteristics as well, but that's your standard stuff.
Right, cool.
I was also playing with magnets.
Nice.
So one evening I was like, I can't be bothered. So I got this little fella who's been sat on my desk ever and ever.
I saw those, yeah. Cool.
And he's now got a couple of two 1mm magnets.
Alright.
In each
for the
shoulder, and then
is it for
magnets.
The arm or for just the weapon?
So the weapon is magnetized at what would be the elbow.
Okay.
So you can buy all the weapon options come separately. So you can. So yeah, you can just swap the weapon loadouts around.
Cool.
So yeah. So this is that guy. Like I mentioned earlier, I've almost finished the second half of the second squad for the secret project, which will put me at 20 models remaining when that's done.
Okay, cool.
And I built Karazai the Scarred. And I'd pick him up and wave him in front of the camera, but he is all the way over there.
And he's huge.
It's. I built him, and he's like, Jesus.
So what's in the what can you build with the kit they give you? Like this was like the question
the big
last time.
dragons.
So. Yeah,
dragons.
but like you can choose one of the two, right?
So I've got the leftover sprues here, so I can show you. So there's 2 big sprues.
Just give me a second.
And 1 little sprue.
Okay.
So on the little sprue, the parts I've got left over here are some claws and a foot. So that's a different foot position for the other.
Yeah.
For the other guy. On this, we've got the leg braces, and that's an ankle. So that'll be for the other set of claws.
So they're pretty similar. That's what you're saying, basically.
And this one, so this is like the neck piece.
Uh-huh.
The tail tip's different.
Okay.
And the whole head from
of course, yeah.
From the shoulders up.
Yeah.
So they've got both sides of the head there.
So you can have another like an who they fighting? Orcs? No. Yeah, right now they're fighting orcs, right? You can have an orc holding like the severed head of one of the dragon.
I mean,
and do a cool
when I built my when I built my Star Drake, it comes with a closed head. So I've got another dragon head that I can just like mount on the wall or whatever.
Cool.
But yeah, those are this is the spare bits for.
So yeah, not too much spare. So they manage their stuff pretty well. So
yeah.
So yeah, so you choose which one you want to build.
That's what the sprues look like there.
So. Oh yeah, so you can see the the green and the blue parts are what's different, right? Basically.
That's Smug Magic Dragon. Green is the Angry Dragon. So yeah, so you got the different ankle and the different foot position
and the tail
on the
cool
on the little bit of because Angry Dragon has got another bit of statue that he's leaning on, whereas Magic Dragon's got both his hands up in the air.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah, makes sense. All right, that's cool.
So yeah, that was cool. So I built him, and I filmed it.
Yep. And you sent it to me, and I have not even looked at it yet.
So coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Once, no, I'll probably do it before I do the. I'll try to do it before I do the podcast.
Me on my own for a change.
Yeah. And again, like if you want to keep doing that, we can definitely post videos.
Stick some stuff up when I remember to film it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I don't know if I'm gonna like what I'm doing. I am not sure.
So yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Did that.
So that was quick for getting it after they released. So when they released it, it was just like available already, or it was just like pre-order for.
So
a week
pre-order
from there?
was last Saturday. So then that ships on the following Saturday. So I got a delivery Saturday morning of that box, this box,
Oh,
Dragon Riders.
The Dragon Riders, cool.
Yeah. And a keyring. I got a keyring.
Okay. Is that like a free gift or you bought the keyring?
I bought the keyring.
Okay. Cool.
Sigmar shield. Stormcast shield. I was like, yeah, I should probably get that.
Sorry, going to get.
So I got the Stormcast shield. Keyring.
Cool.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
So I got that.
That's nice.
We're happy with that.
Well, so we can move to what we tried. So you tried to do a video. Cool.
So I did try to do a video. I opened up my editing software that I had installed from when I did a couple of videos on my personal YouTube channel a while ago, and I was like, right, this doesn't support MP4s. So the current version was like 64% off on Steam.
Okay.
So I got the new version.
Very
And
cool.
that does support MP4s. And that's got a handy button where if you put two bits next to each other, you can select them. And you can press a button and it matches the audio.
Oh, that's
Shift
nice.
them around so the audio matches. So I didn't have to sit there and like frame by frame audio match stuff, which is what I was not looking forward to. But I did, because I'm recording my top down video on my phone still, have to stitch 5 or 6 15-minute chunks together from that.
Because he does in chunks. That sucks. Yeah.
Because my phone doesn't like recording for more than 20 minutes at a time.
Yeah, I've got the same issue with the DSLR. My DSLR does the same. It's like, I don't even think it's like 30 minutes, and it's like 20, some weird freaking number that makes no sense. Well, it does apparently because it's the number of frame, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's a freaking pain.
Yeah.
And so that's why I never use it to record, because it's just gonna cut in. The thing is, the phone just keeps going, or
the phone just
makes a new chunk.
Recording.
No,
it'll just stop recording.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's what it does too. I wish it would be like, okay, you know what? Until I actually tell you, just skip. I don't care if you do chunks, but just keep recording. And so yeah, yeah, I hate those.
So while I was building the dragon, I also tried
That's blue.
a new plastic cement that I don't normally use.
Yay! Finally.
Tell me you're extra thin.
Oh, I love this stuff so much.
Because I went to my normal dealer and I was like, hey, have you got any of this Humbrol liquid poly? And he was like, nope. I was like, oh, okay.
So,
what
do you think?
It's a lot thinner. It's a lot thinner.
It's thin cement. It's like you paint it on, and that's what I use for all my stuff. So, like, yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
It was. There's a couple of big joins on the dragon.
Yeah.
So I was trying to paint it down like the whole join, and I had to go back and do a couple of bits just to make sure it still had glue on it. So.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not. Does it? Yeah, it's not glue. It's Technically, it's not glue, but yeah.
It sticks things together.
Yep. No, and this is why usually, like, if you have a big piece, what you do is you go around, you stick the two pieces, and then you go and you follow the seam, and it just goes. And this is why, like, because it's extra thin cement, it just like flows into the thing. Yeah.
Yep.
So I like I said, I
out.
love it. For me, it's the best one. All right, I need to figure out how I'm gonna do his face, so I need to grab some.
Hi, YouTube.
So yeah, well, that's cool. So you had fun doing that.
Yeah, that was. So I got like most of him done, and I was like, oh, it's time to go to club. So I was like, right, I'll finish doing this when I get home, and then I got home, And I was like, right, I'm going to get all the video off my phone and start editing that. And then it was 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I didn't finish building. So then I finished building
The next day.
Monday morning before I went to work. And then I got home from work, finished editing, sent it over to you, and that was 1 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah, it takes a while to edit.
Yeah.
I
mean,
I try not to edit it. Well, the small videos that I do now, I try to have like something where I basically just get something at the beginning, say something at the beginning, do everything that I need to do something at the end, well, talk at the end, and just get that done and all good.
I was trying to be fancy, so I've got voiceover and I've got royalty-free Creative Commons music over the time lapse for Jdvpaints building stuff. So I was playing with my video editing software mostly. That's what was going on.
Oh no, yeah, it's fun. That's for sure. All right.
So yay, new toys! I'm gonna play with this, see what happens. So I played with it.
Well, I will edit it, and well, not edit, but I will add the intro, the outro, and do the little what's it called? Stuff.
Description.
The thumbnail, the description, I'll timestamp and stuff like that. Alright, I don't want to do this. I cannot. I don't think I can see enough to do this. And I'm sorry. But, alright, so. I am gonna use those a little bit because I cannot see what I'm doing. So, now I can see his face. So, yeah.
That's some lumpy paint.
So, in case people are listening, I'm actually wearing my magnifying glasses because I cannot see.
Teeny tiny, make bigger glasses.
Yeah, and even that's just way too big of a paintbrush, which sucks. Because don't think I have much smaller than that. Then I am trying to... I'm doing Cable and he's got this massive scar on his eyes. That black and just messed up. Where he's got this black scar thing on his face, and I am trying to figure out how to paint that, and I have no clue right now. So yeah. So well, I didn't try much myself. Aha! For once. You're the one that actually tried something. The only thing that I tried was, it's the first time I'm using a Dremel in my hobby. Well, not true, but like it's the first time I'm using a Dremel on minis. Because I think I've used it on terrain before, but never on minis. And so yeah, it worked okay. I found out that it's better to cut it, use a metal file, and then to really get the last little piece to use the Dremel, because the Dremel itself is not good enough to it'll take forever to get rid of the what's left under the feet of the minis. So that's why I'm like, yep, nope. And I figured like the first one I did, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna just take forever. And then I'm like, oh, but I have those metal files. Let me try to use those instead, and that worked really well. So yeah, pretty happy, but that's about it. That's about all I tried. There wasn't that much. So yeah. But so while I don't even know what I was looking for. I found that the latest version of Cura, which is the software to use for 3D printing, well, 3D slicing, I should say. So when you have an object that you want to 3D print, you put it in a slicer, and then the slicer basically just cuts the piece into layers and tells the printer what to print, how to print it, and so on. So there is something now called lightning infill. So the infill is when you print something, like for example this handle. There's places that if you do not put an infill, basically when it reaches the top, whatever is trying to print in the middle is just gonna fall through because there's no support inside. Yeah. And so they released
fills in the hollow spaces.
Yeah. And so what they do is, well, you have the same on the outside as well. Outside they're called support, inside they're called infill. Because if you have like an overhang outside, then you need some support to basically so that the filament can print on something and not just in midair. Because it won't print in midair, it's just gonna put filament everywhere. Yeah. Gravity is a thing, apparently. Which must be, which I wonder how they do it in 0G, because I know they have a 3D printer. Anyways, so what they did, Ultimaker, which are the people that do Cura software, is they created, well, before there was something that was called a tree support. And so basically the tree support, you start from the side of the model, and you just branched out to all the places that need support. And so when you do this, it avoids touching the model at all, and usually the supports are a little bit thinner and all this. I'm not honestly using it that much, which I should a lot more, because I think that you can get some really good result doing that. Now, what they did with the infill is the lightning one is basically the same thing. It looks at where you need support, and it goes from there and just gets to the closest place, and usually like on the wall. Like if I wanted to print this, it would start on the side about here, and it would go up and just support the middle, and everything else will be completely empty. And so you're using a lot less filament for something that structurally, because it's full, it doesn't matter how much infill you have inside. Like I would print this at 5%, or even like, 5%. Now, like with the other one, you print it basically at 0%, and it's only on the side and to the top. So, and I found a guy that showed that, he was like, it's like, oh, that's the new feature. I was like, holy moly, like I need to try it out. So I have one of those handles that is sliced and ready to go with the lightning infill, and so I will see. I will try to do that. I will try to print it out. Once, I don't know if I'm gonna wait until I get the filament or if I'm just gonna print it, but yeah. Intrigued.
We'll find out about that
Yeah.
next time on The Hobby Streakers.
And I was really intrigued about it. I was like, let me see if it works. And so I've increased the walls of the Mini, which, because I was like, let me because if it's gonna be empty, I might want something because I'm holding it. But I mean, it's already super strong. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'll try and I'll let you know. But that's my 3D printing thing of the week. Well, of the 2 weeks of the whatever. You get it. So yeah. I'll try, I'll check, and I'll see and what it does and if it works and or not. And I'm really excited to try.
Pass the results on to all my friends with 3D printers so they can print me nice things.
Well, yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, you can. It'll cut, and I will do like I'll probably look at both at the same time. Like if I was printing it normally at 5%, and if I was printing it at 0, like what's the gain in grams of filament? And it might not be that much for this one. Well, actually, yeah, because the base is really large, so it does fill all this in. I don't know. Like, this is the thing. I'm not sure. I know it's gonna save me a tons of filament, but so we'll see. Anyways, so unless you have some 3D printed printing for people to.
My brother found an STL for the Pondering the Orb meme.
For the what?
Pondering the Orb meme.
Which one is that?
Okay. There's an old bit of I don't know if it's like D&D art or an old magic card or whatever, but there's a wizard sat there staring into this glowing orb, and apparently that's became a meme for some reason because internet.
Oh yeah, well yeah, there's got meme for everything now. So.
And my brother found an STL for that, so.
Cool. Oh, that's cool. So is it gonna? So did he print it yet, or?
I don't know. But I don't know whether he's acquired said STL or whether he'd found that and went, "Huh, neat," and decided to share it.
All right, cool.
So I've put all my friends with 3D printers in a group chat so that I can avail myself of their services when I need to. Go forth, minions, print me toys.
Yeah, well, definitely what you want to do.
Why get a 3D printer when you can get somebody else to get one for you?
Well, because 3D printer is fun. Well, fun for me, but yeah, I know a lot of people don't necessarily like that. So yeah, it's a thing.
It's somebody else to stress out about running out of filament.
Well, I'm not stressing out. I knew I was gonna run out of filament. The issue is that it's on subscription.
Yeah.
So I have to wait until it comes in the 10th, which is in 3 days. So I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need it. No, it's gonna be okay. Now, how do I paint his giant gun? I have no idea. Oh,
lead belcher, no oils, Dormo silver.
I don't have lead belcher. So probably it's do, but yeah, no, it's crap.
Iron hand steel, iron breaker.
No, I have my stuff. I just don't know if I'm going gun metal or if I'm going silver, but I probably will go gun metal. So anyways, streaker poll. So we ran a streaker poll like we do every time. This time a little bit longer because I actually figured out that hey, we're gonna have an episode. I need to do something about it. And there was a question. Well, there was a suggestion before that was about games that are still, like, the community still plays that are not.
This is Grant again. I remember
supported.
This was Grant. I suggested this on the Discord.
And so
this is Archmagos.
So yeah, so when I was like, let's dive into this. Like, is there a lot of people that are most people playing the latest current version of a game that is supported at the latest thing, like 9th edition Warhammer, like Age of Sigmar 3.0, like things like this, like Marvel. Well, Marvel is kind of like a 1.5 they're talking now, because of the rule change. But yeah, so and you know, X-Wing 2.0 was a big one, especially because I know that a lot of people went. I used to play 1, and I'm gonna keep playing 1 because I don't like 2, and I don't want to buy new cards and stuff. And so that's one of the big issue is if you update the rules and it does not affect your characters or your cards or whatever you're using to play, then I think that translates into, oh,
Yeah.
it's just an update on the rules. Yes, you can call it, like I said, a 1.5 version, excuse me, or something similar, but in fact, it's only a transition. It's only an upgrade to what you already have. While you have something like X-Wing, where all of a sudden they're like, oh, yeah, your ships now are gonna need upgraded, like, and I think it was just
It's the card
the
square
insert
on the base.
the base
and
insert,
the pilot cards changed as well.
and then the dials
and
also,
then all the upgrade cards,
and then the upgrade cards, and then the thing, and you're like, okay, so either you can buy this pack to upgrade your stuff that you currently have to the new stuff, and here you go, a lot of money that you need to spend, or you start at 2.0 and you buy all new ships and blah blah blah, which most people that had 1.0 I don't think would even consider.
No, I mean, I played a lot of 1.0 X-Wing, and the 1.5 sort of like the Force Awakens box set came out, and I was like, yeah, cool, got one of them, and then it got to a point where I stopped keeping up with the new releases.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and 2.0 had come out, and I was like, right, cool. What do I 2.0? What's the difference to that? Right. I would need to buy how many of those to get my
like an upgrade pack and all
played?
that stuff, yeah. So I think
no,
that,
thank
and
you.
that's pretty much what Game Workshop does, right? When they go from 8 to 9 edition, it's like a brand new set of rules.
Yeah, it's new rules, but you don't need a whole new army. You just buy new books.
Technically, you don't need a new army, but look at what they did with Kill Team, where all of a sudden it's like all the stuff that was before, you're like, oh, that doesn't work anymore, that doesn't work anymore, that doesn't work anymore. So now I'm like, you have half war bands that you're gonna have to upgrade and buy a couple of new models. Yes, it's just a couple of new models, but you still have to. So yeah, I mean, and that happens with all the games, and you cannot expect. I mean, you cannot expect a game to continue the same, and I think that some people, and again, like, there's some people, and this is why I put Warhammer Fantasy in the thing, because I know there's still people who play Warhammer Fantasy and they don't care.
Yeah.
They have not moved on to Age of Sigmar. They have not moved into anything. They're like, no, we're sticking to square bases and Warhammer Fantasy and the rules that was way back in the days. There are probably some homebrew updates on the rules because they've...
The Ninth Age.
Okay. Is that the period?
That's I honestly don't remember whether that's been written by like a games company, or whether that's like a fan made 9th edition for Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing, and you will find like all those games that are not supported that people still
it's legally
play.
distinct Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah, they will be homebrew, there will be support from the community, and there will be like updates on rules and stuff that are done by the community. I mean, if the oh shit, I just realized that I broke the impact on my shield. Oh, I don't know where they are. Damn it. You know, you cannot expect someone to you know, like, just because there is a new thing coming out that they're just gonna stop playing. You cannot expect that. It's and if you are the manufacturer and all this, and you're like, oh, we're stopping this, you cannot. You, of course, people are gonna make their own brew version. They're gonna start, you know, like, they're gonna keep playing if it's a game they want, they like, and they like the way it is at the moment, and that's I think.
if you want to play Warhammer Fantasy, or you want to play the old edition of Kill Team, or you want to play 7th edition Warhammer 40,000 or whatever, Games Workshop are not going to come round to your house, break in, and stop you from doing that.
No, yeah, of course not, yeah.
Fill your boots.
Yeah. But again, like I think like the community itself around those games usually are the one that's just they're driving that the updates on the rules. They're driving the things like this because they want to keep playing. So they will do homebrew. Like even sometimes I think there's gonna be people that are gonna do homebrew lore just for that thing. Just be like, hey, because I want to put this guy in. I don't want the whole new version and everything, but I like that model, so he's gonna be in my thing, and it's just gonna be like, hey, yeah, here you go. So
have you heard of Blood Bowl?
Yes.
So Blood Bowl, for those who don't know, is a game that Games Workshop put out in the 90s? Question mark?
That's cool.
It's a literal fantasy football game in the American football style rather than everywhere else football. It's set in a alternate version of the Warhammer Fantasy universe where conflicts were solved by playing Blood Bowl.
Makes sense.
That was written and supported by a subdivision of Games Workshop, which was the Specialist Games Studio, which made other such games like Battlefleet Gothic, Gorka Morka, Mordheim, Inquisitor, etc., etc., etc.
Cool.
But that had a really big following. So when the Specialist Games Studio was closed and they announced that they wouldn't be supporting those games anymore, there was basically an international committee that sort of like oversaw like worldwide Blood Bowl leagues, sort of took over running the game.
Okay.
And there were, I want to say, having done no research on this at all and just remembering Apocrypha from the top of my head, 2 or 3 fan editions of the game while Games Workshop weren't supporting it.
Alright. Well, but then they reacquired it, or what happened?
Well, they didn't reacquire it, they just decided that they wanted to make money. They wanted to make money from their property again.
So they re-released, or they...
The Specialist Games Studio is now a thing again.
Okay.
So they updated it, and a lot of the... I think the best way to phrase that is a lot of the people from said committee were on the playtesting team.
Alright.
And they got to make observances and
cool.
pass comment on the rules before they came out.
Yeah, because I mean, it's big. It's still it's pretty big today. So
Blood Bowl's
and they just came out with the old version thing of like
Dungeon Bowl
kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't play enough Blood Bowl to have.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to ascertain what that can be, but compared to what it used to be and all this, but yeah, it seems to be something that used to be in the first edition. Well,
it used to be a thing and wasn't a thing, and then is now a thing again.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that pisses me off that I broke the thing and I don't know where they are and I have no idea what to do now. God damn it. I'm sorry, but it...
Still on the topic, while JG has a little bit of a cry to himself. The other option we had there was discontinued games. So that
Yeah.
that's things like Warhammer Fantasy,
Yeah.
but also is stuff like Mordheim, which I've seen enjoying a bit of a renaissance on Insta.
Well,
I mean,
so
Archmagos, who suggested this question, had a Mordheim game session over the weekend
but
with a
isn't
load of, a
all
load
right?
of his buddies.
Isn't Mordheim a board game kind of thing?
Um,
It's just that they stopped making expansion for it, but they never like.
no,
It's not like
it's a skirmish game.
It's not like Curse City then.
No, it's basically fantasy Necromunda.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense then because I was like, but that's not like it's like, but is it?
Yeah, it's set in the Warhammer Fantasy old world.
Okay.
A giant comet hit a city and destroyed it, and now there's people fighting over the ruins.
Okay.
It's the back of the box pitch. But yeah, Grant Archmagos has been scratch building his own terrain for it. He's been converting up and painting up figures for it. He's got himself a warband of that. A couple of his mates have been doing that as well. So he's been setting up and playing like a local,
Actively playing a game that's
Mordheim
technically
actively
discontinued.
playing a dead game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is like I don't like to call them dead games.
Games
I
aren't
like
dead.
to say
Games aren't dead. They live on forever in our hearts and on
no.
our
I was
bookshelves.
like, this is why I was like this like not supported anymore by the
Yeah.
publisher. It doesn't mean they're dead. They're not supported by the company that created it in the first place, but that doesn't matter. I was like,
No,
so yeah.
I mean, Grant, if you're listening,
That's nice. That's actually looks pretty good.
thumbs up.
I like it.
And
Yeah.
there's a couple of people who will recognise #heresy isn't dead.
Well, yeah, that's cool.
Games Workshop haven't officially stopped supporting it.
Well, it's just like
they stopped putting things out for it for a while, and then the main rules writer left, and then they hired somebody to replace him, and now we've had a couple of models popping up here and there. I mean,
yeah.
about where are we now? 9 o'clock. About 5 hours ago, we had one of the exemplary battles PDFs go up, so we've got new rules, new missions. Not dead. Heresy's still here. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, no, and it's the same thing for Armada.
Yeah.
Star Wars Armada. They said they are stopping new release. They are reprinting stuff. Blah 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 blah. But they never said that they will not in the future print new stuff. Like they just said, oh, we're just right now we're just putting a break on new releases, and we're just gonna concentrate on what we have and try to re-release and blah blah blah. So yeah, I was like, oh. And a lot of people were like, oh, the game is dead. And you're like, well, technically they didn't say that the dead is game. The game is dead, or like they'd stop
Try
it
and
completely.
highlight and talk at the same time.
Yeah. So they didn't say that they were just gonna be like, nope, that's it. Armada is gone. We don't care about it anymore. We just don't want to hear it. And just what you want Armada, you play Armada. Well, too bad for you. So there's a lot of people that you can still get into Armada. I think it's not a bad game, and it's not a bad idea to get into that because they're reprinting everything, and so yeah. Once they start releasing new stuff, which I'm guessing should be in about a couple of years, I don't see it being before that. And there's still gonna be a big community. There's still a lot of people playing and everything. They're still gonna do organized play and all that. And this is one of the big things too. Like if they continue doing organized play and they continue having people in the community, playing and doing core tournaments and things like this, then it won't go anywhere.
That's the thing as well. Like, just because the company that puts the game out doesn't do organized play stuff doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah, you cannot do it like in your club and stuff.
We've got the internet and social media now. You can put a group up for whatever game system and go, right, I'm running a tournament.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And people will come.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not wrong. Wrong reference.
It's not wrong though.
No, yeah. If you put it out, people will come and play. Don't worry about that. Yeah, that's for sure. It's always been.
I mean, you might need to put some effort in if it's a particularly obscure game, but
yeah, what was there was one like is it Conquest? No. There's a game. Yeah, but there was one that it used to be a Conflict.
Yes. Yeah.
Conflict 28, is it? No, Conflict something.
48.
48. All right. Yeah, that one.
I think.
That one is apparently like it's
Weird World 2.
A lot of people playing it.
Weird World War 2 sort of game. Yeah.
But it's not supported at all, but the community behind it is just massive. And there's so many people still playing. And in 10 years from now, they'll still freaking be playing it. It doesn't matter. It's
I believe that's a bolt action offshoot.
So can we say that basically once a game is not supported by a publisher or game company or whatever, that it becomes in effect the property of the players, because they are the ones that's gonna keep it alive. They are the ones that are gonna come up with new rules, new whatever. If they want to expand the game, they're gonna expand the game.
I feel like property is the wrong word.
But... Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like it becomes their.
The community becomes the custodians.
Here we go. Thank you. Yep. Exactly.
I think is probably a better way to say it without possibly causing people to get the wrong legal idea.
No. Well, no. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. I like that. So, but yeah, it's it's very interesting, and I think
there's already enough problems in the hobby with people thinking they own a game.
Oh no,
still being supported. So
that's another discussion altogether.
That's a topic that I don't want to have.
No. I think it's. I mean, and this is how you see a game, like if it was successful or not, because there's game that come out, are being played a little bit, die out, and nobody knows about them. It's rare, and I think that most of those games are like one-offs. Where you have or a set of rules and things like this, but as soon as you have some kind of miniatures line or that appeals to a certain community, like you said, World War II, offshoot of something like bolt action and things like this, of course that's gonna just draw people to it. It's inevitable, and if you stop supporting it, the community will take the relay and just keep building around it. So yeah. Well, whatever you play out there, if you play a game, whether it's supported or not, just enjoy. Like we always say, enjoy the journey and everything that goes with it. The building, the painting, the playing, the community, just enjoy.
Find you some good people to roll dice and have a fun time with.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's go on to the news. What news do you have for us?
Okay, right. I've got 2 pieces of news today, so let me just get this guy out of my way so I can get on my laptop. Scoot. Okay, so first we are going to cover the Gap of Crondis. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun, which I think still is unacceptable, but
It's dire. No.
it's not. I mean, it's not that bad, and blah blah blah, and all this, and you can fix it. But
Yeah, but
yeah. Well,
it's
explain.
a £95 model. So
Please
yeah,
explain.
it's a £95 model. So let's see if I can.
Well,
find...
so did you have the Gap of Crondis?
I did not.
Oh, that's good.
So I first heard this from a guy called Shadowclaimer, who does a load of Stormcast Eternals stuff on Twitter. He converts up his own Storm host. So he's got a Discord. I joined that. I showed him the picture of the dragon. And he was like, "Oh, you don't have the miscast then?" And I was like,
Did me what?
"What miscast?" So as somebody who does a lot of Forge World resin, I'm used to miscasts on that because they have mold slips all the time, and it's a different issue because they're about as expensive as this plastic stuff, so they shouldn't be making that kind of mistake either. But yeah, so we've
that
got
shoulder right
this
there,
piece there, where that goes on there. There's a little bit around there, that on quite a few of the kits.
Oh, I thought it was just it wasn't that. Okay, it's pretty common.
Well, Duncan Rhodes
Yeah.
had it on 3. Got his first one, went, "Oh, there's a gap there." Took it to the shop. They opened another box for him, and went, "Oh, there's a gap there." They opened another gap for him, another box for him, and it was like, "That's a smaller gap."
Oh, shit. That's not good.
No.
Again,
So,
yeah.
I didn't have any massive gaps, but there are quite a few pieces in that kit that weren't quite as flush as I would like.
Huh.
So I did have to get the old cement out and take it down the line and
that's not
squeeze
again,
it together.
Like
so
from,
there's a couple of the gaps that I didn't like squish, but they're on like the bottom of the dragon, or like in places that you're not gonna notice. But there was quite a bit around the collar and around the shoulders and the hips. And
yeah, not
like
really.
each of the wings is in 2 pieces.
Oh.
So there's like the big wing that's out.
Yeah.
There's a big seam down one side that. So I was building this all up, and I was like, "Oh, great! There's basically no mold lines on this." As I was clipping it out and shaving down the connectors and gluing it together, and then I went, "It's gaps everywhere."
Yeah.
Now, I've been doing this long enough that I know how to like
No, I understand,
fix
but
all of that. But
you know, like somebody
for a
who's
company
just
that's
starting.
calling themselves the producers of the best miniatures in the world,
This is the thing.
who
it's
have
like,
released these miniatures. Where are we now? December? They were supposed to come out.
Well, yeah.
August?
Yeah, so it's already delayed by months, and you're not
Games
producing
Workshop,
something that's
please.
Oof, yeah.
I mean, Games Workshop normally produce some proper good their plastic kits are normally really good.
They're top of the line. They are supposed to be. I mean, they're
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've had a couple of people turn around and tell me that the display copies that they've seen in various Games Workshop stores have had the gap on.
Oh, that's not...
So...
They just never changed it, right? Yeah, but how do you...
It's not a good look.
Well, that's the thing, is like, how, we all know, like, those molds cost tens of thousands.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying $50,000 for a mold. I mean, the Sayocast might change that, but I don't know if they can get the same level of details that they have and the amount of things they put on their minis with something like Sayocast. But yeah, I mean, you do not have a mold that's to the level that you want. You're not gonna scratch $50,000, like it. So do you have? The question is now, do you have basically one that's from a different mold, or did they make more than one mold, and this is why some have the gaps and some don't? Yeah. Because the first one that were made, they still made them with the gaps, knowing the gap was there until the other mold was ready, and then switch to the other mold and just try to
It's either that they've got multiple molds running,
and some of them have issues,
and some of them have issues, or it's a casting failure.
So yeah, something that cannot really.
Because I imagine that you've got
technically cannot be properly really molded.
I imagine you've got like 4 or 5 of those on a.
It's at a weird place,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah,
it's very strange and bizarre, and they have quite.
Have they said anything about it?
Of course not.
Hey, you know what? I'm just asking.
Games
who knows,
Workshop never admit that they're wrong.
It's Christmas soon. Come on, like an early Christmas present. Oh my god.
Segway.
Yes. Oh hey, early Christmas present. Christmas, yay!
We're gonna have a JG Reacts.
If that's the one that I've seen before,
then probably not.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And okay, so the first time I saw this mini, it was small, and I saw that his arm was cut, and instead of his arm was the head of that thing. And it looked like a mini, like those cannon that are head of a lion, and it's a cannon. That's what I thought his arm basically was. And I was like, oh, that's super cool. And now, I want someone to do like this, where they're gonna cut the arm off and put that head all the way to to the elbow.
I've got a couple of friends who play the faction of the guy with the head being held up, and they've just photoshopped it and swapped the heads.
Oh, okay, yeah. But like I said, like when I saw it, you see what I mean? Like he had like the arm, and then instead of having the forearm, it was the head of that thing basically as a cannon, like ready to. And I was like, that would be cool. So no, I like the mini. It's not at all. Again, we're going back to not at all the style that I like and blah blah blah, but it's a very nice sculpt. So yeah, I like it.
I like the little grot being chased by the rat.
Is he being chased, or is he holding?
He's running away.
Oh, he's running away. Yeah, I was like, all right. Again, you see, I thought he was holding it. Now that I see the sideways, so yeah, they took a weird, like their picture is weird, but no, I mean very dynamic, very expressive, very what Games Workshop should be, Again, after
hopefully that all goes together and there's no gaps.
if you like it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you're a fan of their work or just, you know, like me, I don't like orcs. Don't like. It's not my style at all, but I can recognize that this is a pretty nice sculpt. And yeah, it must be really fun to paint, and like it's funny because they have a lot of edges, like pointy edges and everything. Like you see that they make their models so that you do H highlighting. Like that's it's like it just screams at you. But again, nice, but not something I would buy or do myself or nope. If I get one, like definitely I would print it. I would paint it, but it's not something that So is there a guy that's on the? Oh, it's a rat. Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the rat people.
Rat people.
Skaven.
Yep.
Right. Look at that. I know my stuff almost.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Top marks.
Well,
Gold star.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Pretty good.
That's my news.
That's your news. Yeah. Pretty slim this week. Me too. I've only seen two. Well. So the rival panels, which is Dr. Octopus and Mr. Spider-Man, which is that new display kind of thing where the two models you can remove and use them, and they have the cards that are foiled and all these things. I received a nice email telling me, hey, we've taken your money because we're gonna ship it to you. And then they came back and be like, actually, we're not gonna ship it to you because it's been delayed in the US. So they don't know when they're gonna get it, and it's not their fault. It's not against. You know, I use Team Covenant, which is awesome, and I do subscriptions, and I have the characters and the rivals pack, the rival panels as 2 subscriptions, and yeah, so they said we don't know when it's coming. It's been delayed. Hopefully, we'll get it. And when we get it, you'll get it. Basically, that's what they said. So, a little bit disappointing. The hope it's gonna be coming. I'm hoping before the end of the year, but I doubt it because we're the 7th. They haven't sent an email saying, "Hey, we just got them. We'll send them," or "Hey, they've told us now that it's coming in 2 weeks," or something like this. So yeah. So. But the new release in the US, because I know they've been out in other parts of the world already, is going to be Mordo and the Ancient One. Mordo is the guy that jumps in midair on the things. Ancient One with the little fan thingy and all this. Dr. Voodoo and Hood. Hood, who has 2 miniatures. One is the demonic possession
scary
thing,
face,
and the other one, which is the normal guy. And then you have Doctor Strange, 2nd version, and Clea, which is, I think is she the daughter of Dormammu or cousin of Dormammu or
Doctor Strange's wife?
Yeah, for a while she was, and I think, yeah, but she's also, like, she's from the Dark Dimension, basically. And those are coming this Friday, yay! So, I'm happy to get those. And now I am gonna ponder and think about how to get this guy some explosion on his things. And I didn't back the the stormtrooper thingy, so I cannot even like grab one of those and try to. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to either do a new one or find if someone made some, because I might not be the only one who that happened to. So I'll reach out to our Twitter community and see if somebody has or knows somewhere. But anyways, another thing that I've seen, which is I'm still hesitant about getting into this, but it's called Marvel Champions, and for those who don't know, it's a living card game. The difference between a living card game and a collectible card game is that when you buy a pack, you have all the cards. You are not chasing rares and super rares and ultra whatever Super Saiyan rare. So you're not chasing all that crap. You are buying a pack for $15. You have everything inside. You're done. They've released a lot of things. I think like right now, if you wanted to get into it, you're probably looking at like $500 if you wanted to grab all the expansions that they've come up with. But they just announced the Sinister 6. So Sinister Motives, and it's a Sinister 6 pack of villains that you're gonna be fighting. So yeah, it's a cooperative card game where you all play against an enemy that's AI driven, and so the enemy does stuff when blah blah blah, and then you play your cards and you play with up to 3 other friends, and you can build your deck the way you want, and you can have different like the characters that you like and so on. Really like the game, really wanna, but I'm like, yeah, I might pull the trigger on the actual original starter pack, because that's the base that you should get if you want to get into this. And then after that, they're like, grab the characters that you like. Don't try to grab all of them, just grab the ones that you like, and you can just play with those, and they have cards and specific cards and stuff like that. But anyway, so yeah. And that's my news. Like, I've looked at all the things, and I'm like, there's no thing. I was surprised.
I mean, I went back through 2 weeks of War community articles, and I went,
that's it? Yeah.
There's loads of stuff on there. There's nothing I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. It's like, yeah. But, yeah.
It's like 40k, 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 40k.
Well, Monster Apocalypse. Well, we can talk about Zombicide.
The Battle Forces went
Marvel.
up.
Crappy
So
Zombicide Marvel.
The Christmas deals. Battle Forces went up, and they're pretty good value.
Yeah.
At least the AOS ones.
Yeah. So, for people living on a rock, Simon are gonna release a Marvel Zombicide, which I'm still bitter about, because I wanted them to release a proper game that they could have done a dungeon crawler or something with some cool characters and blah blah blah. We talked about the, well, on our Discord we've talked about, well, I've talked about the mini that they released. Like, they just weird. They've released a Zombie Hulk too, which I'm not a big fan of. They've released a Spider-Man, which is somehow doing this to shoot his web instead of that, which looked super freaking weird. His hand is upside down, and a very static pose for Spider-Man. Kind of reminiscent of what Marvel did at the beginning, like that first mini in the core box. Since then, their minis have evolved a lot. I mean, compared to that. So yeah. Still on the. So I've seen though Galactus without the zombie face. So I don't know if there's gonna be like a head swapping thing that you can do during the game where he turns into a zombie or not, or I have no idea. But again, I'm still not. I'm on the newsletter so that when they actually release it, I will be notified, and I mean it'll probably pop up at the top of my Kickstarter, like recommended for you. But yeah, Monster Apocalypse finished with 1.3 million, so nice. That was pretty nice. Backed it, and then cancel, and then state cancel. Woo! Because I'm like, yes, I would love it, but it's a 2-player game more than anything else, and it's not something that I want to get into. And there's billions of models, and they're not going to get paid. I mean, yeah, no. So I pulled the trigger and then I went, no, I don't want to. And then I saw the full thing at the end. Like if you wanted everything is $450, and I'm like, yeah, hell no. You can get the base game for like $50, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I could have gotten the base game for it's like 59 plus all the stretch goals, which were like 8 other monsters and stuff, and like so yeah, it was a very good value, but again no, I don't want to get into this, so yep. But yeah, they finished, like I said, yeah, 1.3 million I think is where they ended up. Right now there's still the Skyrim still ongoing. I think it's still ongoing. I received the email. It's not on it's on game something. It's not on Kickstarter. It's like the game board version of Kickstarter that's only for games. So it's on that. But yeah, I'll put the links below if you want to check it out. I don't know if they should be done soon, but yeah, this one seems to be doing pretty well too. I mean, like, yeah, it's again community fan base that people are gonna follow if you're a big fan of Skyrim. So yeah, that's it. Again, like, I'm pissed off that I lost the freaking explosion on my thing. I have no idea where they could be. Like the little thing, they broke off. So I need to check up there. No, I don't see anything. So the problem is I cleaned up. So
In this case is why you never clean up.
So if they were on that table or somewhere, they're gone now. They're gone. Completely gone. Or maybe they're... Oh my goodness. Is that it? No. I almost believed it. They might be on that... They might be on that table somewhere. I need to go back to the previous episode, see if they were already missing and I just didn't realize it. Or if they happened between then and now. But yeah, so yeah, that's it for us today.
Ooh,
so
before we go, show you what we've been doing.
Yep.
So I've got a lot of the silver bracing done on the underside of the siphon.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the silver on the heads, the stars, the chains, and the top. So what I'm going to decide soon is what colour I'm going to do this bracing around here and around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I want that lip there to still be the stone. But that, I feel, should be a metal of some colour. So I've been looking through my metals and going, I don't know.
The infamous yeah.
And, well, I found that my Liberator Gold had separated, so I've just been sat here shaking that for the past 3 hours.
Do you put beads in it?
No.
Agitate your beads. Yeah, I've put in all my paints.
I should.
And I didn't put the metal one, I put the stone one, so they don't rust.
Yeah.
Because even the metal one, if you have a bad batch of supposedly non-rusting blah blah blah, they will rust and they will just damage your paint. But yeah, well, that's cool.
I think
I'm
either going to do that or that or that.
Alright, well, you have choices.
Or
yeah,
I might just do standard gold.
Again? Just...
What I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to go and look at how they painted it on the box art, and then go,
Yeah.
and steal off of that, but I might not. I haven't decided.
Well,
I mean, again, as well, I've got enough silver and enough contrast that I could just make my own metallic.
yeah, that's a solution too.
But I don't know.
Decisions. You'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Either that or I'll get Twitter to do it for me.
Well, I am pretty happy with how he's turning out. I'm really happy about his cloak. I've done the highlights and the shadows and the highlights on the cloak and repainted a few things that I painted the wrong color, but worked on his face a little bit. So yeah, getting there. Pretty happy so far. Need to figure out how to do this. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna hopefully be able to find those little pieces that fell off or broke off from the looks of it. If not, then I try to redo them in 3D to be printed. I don't know if I can do that. It's a little bit too organic for what I usually do in 3D. So I don't know if I can reproduce those. But yeah, I'll see something. I'll try to look online if I can find something similar that I can use, and if it's not okay. But yeah. So, well, anyways, that's it for me. That's it for us. Please like, subscribe, put comments below, and yeah, we'll keep hobbying. You guys keep hobbying, and don't forget to continue on your streak as well. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Mr. Liam, especially on Instagram, which I should be more on. I need to get on that too. And then yeah, see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully this will go out when it should be, which is Friday, if I don't have any issues with the computers or whatever. And I will try to get your video too out soon. So look up for it. Well, you probably hopefully would have seen that one before you've seen this, because it would have been out earlier. I'm just gonna do the thing and then.
It only needs the intro and the outro and the thumbnail.
Probably tomorrow. It should be done. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's it for us. Bye, everyone.
Bye.